The counteroffer. What to do? First of all, avoid it, prevent it. Don't use it as leverage, but be prepared. You should expect it. If you're the top 5 to 10% in your company, in your industry, in your field, you should get a counteroffer. But if the number one reason you're looking to leave is financial, then you can solve that most of the time by going to your employer, and don't waste time, your time or other people's time, looking at other opportunities. Go to your employer. If you're really good, you can solve that right where you are. Now, don't get me wrong. I would say within the top 5 reasons why people make a change is money. You know, there's got to be some financial motivation in the trajectory of your career. It should make sense. But if it's the number one reason, it's the wrong reason to make a change. But let's assume it's not, and you know what you want, and you get an opportunity, and you know why you want it, what motivates you, and you're at peace with that decision. You've accepted another offer. Now you go to your employer and you resign. Be prepared for a counteroffer. Again, if you're really good, you should get one. But don't let the emotional surprise take over when you've made a commitment. You want to be a person of your word and stick to the decision that you made. And truth is, if you do accept a counteroffer, 80% of the time you'll be gone within a year for 2 reasons. Number one, the original reason that you considered taking that call from a recruiter or making a change, that problem, that pain point, that challenge, that reason really never went away. So you're susceptible to the next opportunity and you're gone. Number 2, you're gone because of your employer's choice. Now you've shown disloyalty. They're going to make efforts to find somebody else to put on the career track that you might have been on, and you'll probably be gone, but because of their choice, not yours. So be prepared for the counteroffer. Thank you for viewing another in our series of tips and trends on talent.